Kenneth, how did you feel your defense played today? Not specifically you, but just the defense.
Yeah, I feel like we came out here, pretty ready to play, but I think it's a lot more that we can do. It's a lot better that we can play. So I feel like in some spurts we were good. Obviously, made some mistakes, but happy to get a win. But it's more out there for us, and so we got to push this week to take it to another level.
All the press and all the praise you guys got after the Texas game, Coach Grinch just talked about you guys writing your own headlines. If you want to read good headlines, then make your own headlines.
Right.
Tell us about that message, and I don't think I've ever heard that before.
I mean, it's completely true. I mean, if we go out there and we play great ball, then the story is we play great ball. We go out there and we lay an egg and don't play great ball, then the story is out there that we don't play great ball. So, the choice is ours. It's up to us in that room to go out there and play up to our standard. And if we play up to our standard, then the story will be what we want it to be.
You stoned their running game today. They only had 51 yards. How did you feel like the front seven kind of controlled things out there?
I felt pretty good. Kind of really knew, what they were going to run coming into this. Through our preparation throughout the weekend. They came here and they tried to stick to it, and so kind of played into our hands. And so I'm proud, the way we executed. But it's more out there for us and continuing to push. And me myself and I got to continue to get better and continue to climb. So that's what I'm really focused on, is just taking it to another level.
You've done this 3 times now. Is it difficult for a player to put that Texas game behind you and refocus on the next opponent, or is it not so difficult?
I mean, considering what we've been through, it's not difficult at all. We can't win a national championship beating Texas. So, until we win a national championship, we're not going to be satisfied. And like I said, considering what we've been through in previous years and all the talk that's been said around here, if we not hungry after one game, then we got some problems. So we're going to continue to be hungry, continue to get better, and everybody on this defense as a whole has to continue to get better.
After you sacked Austin Kendall on one play, you helped him up. I mean, was that just sort of a strange dynamic, going against your former teammate there?
No, I mean it was fun. Austin's a guy I got a lot of respect for. A guy that, when he was on this team, me and him were buddies, and, we continue to be buddies. And so, just playing the game, I play the game, very mean, if you would say. I like to, make sure people feel me and make sure people hear me when I make tackles. And so, I hit him on that play and, said a couple things to him, and, me and him, laughed it off and just helped him up because it's my guy. So, he's a guy that, like I said, I have a lot of respect for, and he's been one of my friends, and he's going to continue to be my friend.
Kenneth, I think you could kind of sense early in the game, you guys went up 14-0, call a timeout, they come back out, convert a fake punt, then they convert a 4th down. It seemed like they knew they had to go for broke to stay in the game. Did you guys, after they scored, did you guys feed off that as a defense a little bit?
I mean, obviously we were mad that they scored because, our whole goal is not to let them score. But, given that they had scored, we knew it was time for us to, go ahead and just kill whatever momentum that they had. And, they came out and they scored again eventually right before the half and stuff like that. So we knew coming out of the halftime it was time for us to just go ahead and kill that momentum and not let them get anything else. And so I feel like we did that and, didn't give up any more points.
Is that something that you feel developing week after week? I mean, is that something that maybe even is grown out of the Kansas game when they scored first on you?
I think for us, we come into the game every week with a goal of a certain amount of points that we want to limit a team to, and so it's all about not giving up that. Obviously, we don't want to give up any points, but when we do give up points, it's about keeping them under the limit that we set as a team, as a defense. And I think, when teams do get points on us, we understand that, it's a football game and we're not immune to anything, and that we have to continue to go out there and swing back and continue to fight. So I think as a defense, that's what we do. And so when teams come out here and they score maybe early or something like that, we understand, it's a football game. We got to continue to keep fighting.
Kenneth, given it how much you guys have emphasized it, have you been able to pinpoint why the takeaways haven't come?
It's just us lack of taking advantage of opportunities, and me, myself, and I got to be better at it personally because I have to get takeaways, and everybody else has to be better at it. So everybody on this defense, we gotta start getting it, engraved in our heads and take it personal to the point where we got to get the ball back. It's been going on 3 or 4 games now that we haven't had a takeaway, and that's just unacceptable. So we know we're gonna hear about it come Monday, and I'm not happy about it, and it's time for us to get that fixed.
Consolation points for getting the 3 and out, coming off the goal line, and then a block punt for a touchdown?
It's not a takeaway. So if it's not up to our standard, then it's not up to our standard, and then ain't no excuses for that.
You're the third person today that said they're not going to be satisfied until after the national championship. I know you all have talked about that previously, but I was asked earlier, is that something that is 100% believed, like throughout the whole team? Like everybody's buying into that thought now, and that is what they're buying into and how they're going to play each and every week and believe?
Most definitely. I think, we said coming into the season that was our goal, but you kind of really don't know what you have until after you play a game. And so, coming into Houston, played the game and, felt that momentum. And then now that we're halfway through the season, we kind of see what we are as a team, our identity as a team. And so now we know that, if we just attack every week and do what we do every week, then we put ourselves in a great position to go achieve our goal. And I think for us, it's just about continue to just focus on us and just continue to have that focus every week and take it one game at a time. And, when that time comes and it's time to go play a national championship, go out there and, seize that moment too.
What has the last 2 years done for you as far as learning experience and teaching younger guys?
I think it's done a lot, and I think, given, the people that we have on this team, the leaders that we have on this team and the coaches who've been there, twice and, been through what we've been through. Then obviously Jay Hurts coming from where he's come from, it's a lot of experience. So it's a lot of people on this team that understand what it takes to get to that point. It's a lot of team on this team that understands, the mistakes that we made the last 2 years. And so we're trying to, get back to that point and do things the right way and capitalize on that and achieve our goal.
Kenneth, did you see the schooner tip over?
Yeah. My God.
What was your reaction? I mean, did that make you guys did that break your not to say broke your concentration, like made you, screw the game up, but I mean, did that make you stop for a second?
Actually, when it happened, I was like, oh, wow. But I do remember, probably about a minute after that, I looked at my guys and I told them, that doesn't break our concentration, that doesn't break our focus, continue to focus in. And so that really was my main message right then, because I know, any distraction like that can distract you from the game. And obviously, happy, nobody got hurt or anything like that. But at that moment in time, it was time for us to really lock in no matter what the circumstances were. So, just continue to just preach, keep that focus on. I feel like we did that and came out there and did what we needed to do.
There was a lot of talk about how you guys prepared last week, and you guys need to do that every week. Do you feel like you guys accomplished that goal this week?
Yeah, I feel like we came out here and we prepared. We came out here and we were challenged going into the week to have that same preparation. We were challenged going into the week to either be a lion or an alligator, and so that's really the first thing that Coach Riley brought to us as a team, and first thing that Coach Grinch brought to us as a defense is just not to be the alligator. We had some success, but are we satisfied or not? Are we going to continue to be a lion? Are we going to continue to go out there and fight and continue to try to be better, or are we going to be the alligator and just be satisfied with just beating Texas? So I feel like we weren't satisfied, but I definitely feel like today it's a lot more that we could have done, and we got to get better at that.
What's the parable between the alligator and the lion? I don't follow.
Alligator, when an alligator eats, it's actually Eric Thomas. If you ever look it up, Eric Thomas, he talks about alligator, but he asks you if you ever want to kill an alligator, wait till after he eats, because after alligator eats, he usually gets satisfied, and he really goes into a state of where he's almost paralyzed because after he eats. But lion's always on the hunt. So always trying to be that lion, always trying to be that team that's continually not to be satisfied and not to be the alligator team, the team that just had a good game and now all of a sudden we're satisfied and don't come out here and play up to our standard.
Not to be the antelope.
Can you talk about Nick Benito stepping up today for JT, and also kind of what Brian Asamoah has been bringing you guys?
Yeah, those young guys have came in and brought a burst of energy. Those guys are two guys that have great athleticism, and you know, the coaches have been able to trust those guys to go out there and make plays for us. And so Nick Bedino came in today and stepped up for us. And obviously Brian Asamoah has been a guy that's been able to step in there with me and go out there and make plays. And so I'm extremely proud of both of those guys stepping up and you know, proud of their progress.
How about the secondary today? They had a lot of knockdown. They knocked down a lot of
Yeah,
passes.
those guys, you know, they covered their butts off today. Proud of them.
Thanks, K-Man.
Thanks, Ken.
Jalen will be in.